Welcome to episode 9 of the How Is He podcast. Joined as always by my co-host, Paul Papa Dowling. This week we'll run through 35 results and fixtures. We also have a guest, a man who is without a doubt Carlow's greatest ever goalkeeper. As a player he played for Strefford, St. Pat's, FC Carlow, Wexford Youths and Newark. As a Strefford player he won 3 Carlow Cups, 2 Premier Cups, Carlow Shield, FAI Area Cup winners, Medbar Cup. As a Newark player he won 2 Carlow Premiers, Carlow Cup, Carlow Premier Cup, and I wasn't sure of this one, but he also has a League of Ireland First Division medal with Wexford Youths as a player, but first and foremost as a coach. As on an individual level, he has won Young Player of the Year, 2-time Carlow League Player of the Year, and a Carlow All-Star Award in 2002. As a current manager of Newark, he led the club to 2 quadruples, and this season won a cup double, picking up the Carlow Cup and the Premier Cup, while also being a 2-time Manager of the Year. Unbelievable rap sheet. Oh, and also scored a winner in the final of under 35s Leinster.
It's the one I'm most proud of.
And that's him, Gavin Dowling. Welcome to the podcast, Gav. What do you get that, Pop?
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
Not too many goalkeepers can say that.
No.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Class.
I want to give a shout out from the start. Gainer Cup on this week. 2 draws. Mark Harpner's daughter scored the equaliser yesterday. See that?
Another draw today.
Another draw today. I think the win tomorrow will top the group. Defending champions. So
She's supposed to be brilliant, is she?
She's excellent, yeah.
yeah, scored a great goal.
Yeah.
I've seen the goal.
Yeah.
See it?
No, I didn't. Not yet. No.
That was lovely. Great goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. 35 results, Pop. You weren't out with the weekend, were you?
No, Evergreen this Saturday. No game last week.
Yeah. Week off.
31st.
Friday just gone. Burn Celtic 1, Parkville 1, Collection 2, Slaney 1, Felix 1, Bangor 1. That is in
Slaney are in trouble.
2.
I think they were second in the Premier last year. They haven't picked up a point this year yet.
I don't know.
No. Don't think so.
And there was only one game then in Division 1 on the Friday evening. Pats Beck Carnew 3-1 down in Carnew. Then the Saturday evening.
Not an easy place to go.
No, it's not an easy place to go. I don't
They were
think.
playing a Gav.
No, never played there.
I don't think they have a. Do they have a club down there? Like,
I
I
have
asked
no
this
idea.
question last week. I still don't
No,
know.
there was no. We played. I only played in it once, and that was last year. And there was no. No, it's behind the community hall or something like that. I don't know whether they used the community hall to talk up. We just talked out in the cars. That was it. But it didn't seem to be anything down there.
Like as in no dressing room
No,
set up,
no.
like that. And Highview got bet 6-0 by Carlow Rovers down in Highview. We'll take a look at the next round of fixtures later on.
Dean Brothers, is it?
What?
Dean Brothers.
Yeah, that's it. They have an Astro down there now.
Yeah.
Full size Astro down there. They went really well there a couple of years ago. Kilkenny, I think they got to a McCallum Cup final and Shield final and leagues second.
Dean
and
Oh,
was
Highview.
some players on.
yeah. Actually, I do have a bit more housekeeping. Team of the season last week. That episode.
Yeah.
Badger shared it.
Didn't.
He did.
What did you do? Buy all the Pats by drinks or something? You're mad in the head or what?
Oh, to be honest with you,
Dean Kelly was in my team, so how do I lose?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's not something Dean would be used to anyway, that's for sure. There is potential that we might get that live. That game live. We'll have to work on it.
Yeah. Be great
Um,
crack. Might get a big man in the sticks again.
Bring it on.
He didn't make it. You're not getting in, Gav.
Oh, he's
He didn't
getting
make
in.
it.
He's getting in.
Just because you scored a winner in
He'll do
Leinster
his
final.
thing.
Goalkeeping cost.
He won't play. He play out front anyway. He doesn't want to play in the goal anymore.
Yeah. Gav, thanks for coming. Really
Thanks for having me,
appreciate you
guys.
having you on.
Thanks a lot.
I worked with you as a coach. I worked with you as a player as well a long time ago.
Yeah.
Absolute
that was a long time
gentleman.
ago.
It's fair to say that you're probably extremely well respected in Carlow soccer circles.
I don't know why. I'm a dog. On the sideline now as well as I was on the pitch.
That's the winner's act. Take that away. You're not the same person, man.
We have a few. we do have, going to go through a few questions, Gav. That I jotted down. There's a few things I want to know, right? But I'm very interested to know where it started and how it started for you.
Are you talking going right back now?
Right back. Let's take us right back.
I will give George Ramsbottom huge credit for the team he set up, first of all, in Newark as a juvenile. The juvenile team I came from, you're talking about the likes of Anthony Kavanagh, Davy Walker.
Andrew Card. Remember Andrew Card?
No, he came in a little bit later,
Later,
but
was
you
it?
had Mark Carpenter, Eddie McGarry.
Davy
I think
Walker.
you had,
Yeah.
Black Jack was part of that crew. Like, all these
Eddie McGarry
lads
was
went
Davy,
on to
yeah.
be top soccer players at junior level in Carlow, like, you know. So, started with those boys and basically cleaned up in Kilkenny all the way up to 16s. I don't think we even drew a game from under 10s to 16s. We were winning league and cup every year and getting to the latter stages of SFAI it is now, but it was called something else back then. then on to I got a job at 16, so I had to go. Instead, I couldn't play youths on a Saturday, so I went and played senior. Stepped into goal for the seniors. And on that New Walk team that I started on, I had Jim Wynn, Richie Moore, 2 centre halves. Martin Casey left full, Peter White right full, Shed Orley middle with Jody Morrissey.
Cooney playing that, not Aidan Cooney, the older brother.
Aidan Cooney would have been just finished, I think, but had Slogger Wynn up top.
Slogger, yeah.
Trevor Webster, all these lads. Ronan Donnelly was a beast in the air.
So you didn't play any youths at all? You just
I just went straight senior from 16s, yeah.
How do you become a goalkeeper?
I don't know. I was obsessed with to go back to the magazines that you'd be reading, match, shoot, 90 minutes. I was just obsessed with goalkeepers and their gloves, what they were wearing, their boots,
Big Nev,
what they were doing. I don't know.
I don't buy that.
Bit of a mad streak in me, I think, and I just love the whole diving around crack.
It's a unique one, isn't it, for a young lad to say I'm a goalkeeper?
Yeah,
but I want to take to it.
Yeah, and even with me on Friday nights now, any kid that comes in, you will have I'm not saying very few, a lot of them stay around, but there's so many lads, young lads, that come in and think, I think I'd like to be a goalkeeper. Once the diving starts and you try and show them the technicalities of it and how you land and how you should handle the ball properly, this is not for me. I think I want to be a striker, and they might come back the following week, Yeah. So it's only the few that will stick around through the 6 or 7 years that you'll have them all the way to senior, There's
a lot of info for them, especially when you're coaching them, right? Because you're coaching them in a specific role, because you can do something that no other player can do, which is use their hands, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually hard for them to go do that and then go into like a phase of play or a shadow play or something like that, and you're kind of doing the opposite of what you've just been working on.
Yeah, a lot of my coaching would be just basically, it'll be nearly a health and safety, as in you're not diving correctly, you're landing on your elbow, you're landing on your belly, you're going to hurt something, you're going to destroy your shoulder. And I see it now even with, say, older GAA goalkeepers that come thinking you can turn them into Neville Southall. It's not possible, because when you're doing it at the age of 20 something, you need to be getting these lads at teens to get them to dive properly. They don't know how to dive, and I see a lot of even GAA goalkeepers on TV, and I would say technically diving isn't a strong point. A lot of GAA goalkeeping now is about kicking, obviously, and that's
it's nearly more important, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, 100%.
Would you get many in with natural ability at a young age?
You would, yeah, you would. But they're normally the ones that have a little bit of a mad streak in them. I was the same myself.
Did you ever see a same goalkeeper?
No. Well, they would throw themselves in front of a bus, Yeah, I do have a few of those lads as well. But girls do. The girls thing is taken off huge, and there's 2 girls in particular there in Collection, and they're really good. They're going to be really good goalkeepers.
Did you take much from Glover, Seamus Glover?
Yeah, a lot actually. The guy didn't get any goalkeeping coaching up to, I'd say, until I went to FC Carlow. What was that? Nearly 30. I was 29. I was picking up pieces off TV, watching goalkeepers. I'd watch everything. If I was in Lansdowne Road, I'd go in and watch Packy warm up. I'd watch Neville Southall, whoever he was.
Yeah.
I'd be taking little bits of all their warm ups and stuff like that. And
you've been an hour before kick off watching.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I was obsessed with their kit, even their gloves. Where can I get gloves like that? Where can I get the boots like that?
Yeah.
Especially the foreign keepers, Spanish and
Yeah.
Ram was famous from Mexican goalkeeper, wasn't he? What was his name?
Georgie Campos.
Yeah.
He's famous for the jerseys and all, wasn't he?
And the state of it. It's worse than seen me all life. Yeah, but so. You mentioned FC Carlow there. What's the step up, Gav, from junior to League of Ireland? That A division, I was involved a little bit as well. That was a tough league.
You're going from a junior league where it's a lot of senior players and it's a lot tougher. Whereas when we stepped into A Championship, it would have been very young players that are trying to make their way into League of Ireland setups. Yeah. So you're dealing with quality young players, and like the guy that won, remember the show Mourinho had.
Oh yeah.
And I remember he played against us in Shamrock Rovers. Came down to Burn, down to the Valley, and played us down there. But that's another example of a young fella that's at the top of his game trying to get into Rovers. You know what I mean?
What's that chap's name?
Oh, man,
he was on when I did B license. He was one of the dummies. He was one of the players. Was it Connor or something? Was it?
Might have been. He was a right winger, wasn't he?
He was lethal.
Yeah, right winger.
Wonder what happened to him. Probably in jail.
But the step up from junior was unreal. Like it was so fast and. But as a goalkeeper, I actually found it easier, because if I'm coming for a corner or coming for a ball, I found that if I call early, they'd be more likely to step out your way. Whereas if you were in a junior league, if I call keeper against Cretty Yard or Hanover or whoever, they're going through me. like they were meeting me head on. You know what I mean? Like, whereas at League of Ireland level,
obviously your own teammates are giving you the area.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. I thought that bit was easier, and I thought like I was decent enough at shot stopping. So
well, do you know what it is? You're probably, or my memory of you, Gav, you're probably ahead of your time in relation to ball at your feet as well. Like you didn't mind it. Like
I think, I didn't mind it, but I thought
striking the ball. He was always like that was one of his.
I still do.
He's technically really good. Like, and even though you see him, the Oscar Sanders he's always banging balls at the goalie.
Yeah, I still do. Yeah, I still do. Yeah,
put one in the top corner. But he still has it.
But I would have said that was my weakest point.
Would you?
His goal, yeah.
But was there anyone like you were talking about a time when just after you could pick up the ball, like just after the back pass roll was gone?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
so
look,
you were probably ahead of your...
Being good with your feet, it's all down to the lads around you as well. Like, are they aware of what's going on with the ball being played back to the keeper? They have to then get into position to take it from you. Like, so, like, a lot of it is the team working together to be able to play out, isn't it? And be able to give the keeper that space. Like anyone, your keeper says, Craig at St. Pat's is excellent with the ball at his feet, and he can ping it 60, 70 yards onto a lad's head or a chest. Like, an unbelievable kick, Carney's not too bad either, like, but...
He's good.
Yeah.
Craig is brilliant at hitting an area, you know, like not necessarily like say if he's going well, I find it if he's going to a fullback, it necessarily won't go to the fullback's foot, it'll just go to that area in front of him where he has to go get on it, and instead of getting the ball 20 yards away from goal, he's now nearly on the halfway line. He's great at that, like, you know, clipping him here. Is that part of the coaching, Gav? Do you work on that when you're coaching him?
You don't have a lot of time to work on that, and it's so hard because everybody wants to work on the top corner saves and the big saves.
Throw it there, Gav.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's what they want. They want to be diving all the time, and they're kids, so you have to give them that little bit of fun. You want to keep them in the goal. You know what I mean? So, like when they're shooting, I do tell them, now you're working on your kicking, because I will shoot from 20, 25 yards sometimes, and I will do a few crosses. You're still working on your kicking now because you have to be accurate with it, and like that's about all I can do. Like, you know what I mean? It's as regards. Like you'd have them running up and down the wing if you were trying to ping balls all the way off the ground.
Totally different now.
What
you give the kids to what you got as a kid.
I got nothing really. I'll tell you, Seamus Glover was a brilliant goalkeeping coach, and he's a brilliant coach. Full stop. Like he's excellent, and he'd be able to come in and command his dressing room for Shane Keegan or one of the boys. You know what I mean? He'd come in and take over, and he'd know exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
Whereas if his job is goalkeeping, then he's excellent at that.
Did you play the day up in Tala Stadium where we bet Rovers 3-1, one alone and a half?
No, I was injured.
Were you at it?
No.
Glover was unbelievable that day. We did a half time, Papa, and he took out the board. I can't remember what he said. Whatever he done, some kind of whirly gig on the board anyway, just about shape and systems and how we're going to approach it.
Yeah.
He's so well respected, isn't he?
I loved the quotes and stuff he'd have on the wall before games. And he'd actually take your mind off and get rid of nerves, and you'd be going around reading quotes that he'd have up of, say, Muhammad Ali, but if he'd have something up like that, and he'd just get you into a different frame of mind. Like,
if you're thinking about that, you're not thinking about what.
Yeah, plus in another corner, he'd have all your set pieces. He'd have all your set pieces laid out, and he'd have you ready to go at the same time. Like, you know,
he was very good. He was way ahead. Like
Pat Purcell was very good as well. Now I will say he's excellent.
Pat was excellent. He was strict.
Yeah,
very strict.
Yeah,
like, and every session was identical. He was extremely strict, but he was good. He was very good, and Pat was fair. Extremely fair. No matter who you were, if you weren't training, you didn't put effort in training, you weren't playing.
Yeah.
Even at the consequence of losing you, he wouldn't care. You know, he was good. He was good. No, I have to say. Yeah. Moving on there, Gav. At the minute, obviously, you're an Oaks manager, right? 10 trophies in 2 years.
10 trophies in 3 years.
10 trophies in 3 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is the third season. Sorry.
And I will say, like, it's still eating me alive, but 2 kicks of the ball away from being another quadruple, which is, I know I should be happy with 10, but I'm not. I'm going to say I'm not.
Love that.
That's brilliant.
Love that.
I can't recover. I haven't celebrated the other 2 cups properly or anything because I just think we should have won more.
Really?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
You're not content?
I don't think, I wasn't content. Like, look, everyone loves winning a trophy, but we left the others behind.
Is that because of the group you have, Gavin? You know, the quality that's there?
Yeah. It's part of it, and even the amount of quality we've lost. I will mention losing Conor Byrne, Kyle Gaffney,
Murph,
Chris Birmingham for a large part, Lee Murph, the list goes on, James McGrath, like huge losses, like, and you're trying to replace these lads, and we've got excellent young players, like, but you're trying to replace experience, which is the hardest part. Like, the experience is huge. Like,
Conor Byrne is excellent.
Oh, he's a leader. Like,
James could do any role for you, couldn't he?
Yeah, like
right back, left back, centre half, centre mid,
yeah,
anywhere.
Exactly, and he's great for popping up with a goal as well.
Oh yeah.
That
The
night
marathon the weekend.
yeah,
for
seen
his
that.
niece.
Yeah,
that was
Grand-
unreal.
fair
Actually.
play
Fair
to
play
him.
to him, yeah.
Brilliant.
Some hole in the body.
Worthy cause as well. Fair
Yeah.
play at home. That night we played Gav, Pat Slasher. We went 2-0 up after about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Murph scored and then went down injured. He
Yeah.
brought on Conor Byrne.
yeah. Murphy just scored himself. Yeah,
Changed the game when Conor came on the pitch.
he did. He did. Yeah.
Just slowed the game down. Just broke up play. Completely wiped the rug from under us.
Oh, he's level-headed and he just wins ball for you in the middle. Where if the flair players aren't winning your football, he'll just get it and give it to them. That's his job. He knows his role inside out. He's brilliant at. But that night, like that was just after Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
real
trying
cold
to get
night.
the New York lads to train over Christmas is a huge problem. And I'd say that after listening, you have to train over Christmas because or else you're going to get caught. You're going to get sickened at some stage. And again, this year we drew 2-2 with
Collection, that was the killer, wasn't
Collection
it?
just after Christmas, and like it was driving me mad all over Christmas trying to get lads out to train. And sure,
What's the response from training like? Have good numbers?
yeah, brilliant. Like it has downed a little bit since like the lads have just named you there. When they all leave, like you're talking great trainers as well. Conor Byrne,
Yeah.
McGrath, Gaffney would never miss training. All these lads will always be there, you know. And so it has dwindled a little, but I will say for the most part we'd have 16, 17, 18.
That's great.
lads.
Great
Yeah.
numbers.
That's great.
Yeah, and that would be just first team. Like,
You don't
so.
train with the seconds or youths?
No, only at the start.
Is there?
We do pre-season with the seconds,
Okay.
and no, we've no youth.
You already have them all,
Unfortunately,
Yeah, you have to. Well, I'd be an advocate for training together all year round. I will be an advocate for that because I think it just boosts everything in relation to
if I had the
facility.
yeah,
Yeah,
if I had the facility, definitely.
It's just, and then it kind of, I don't like the kind of A and B label.
No,
Do you know, like you're playing for St. Pat's, you're playing for the Walk, you're playing for Hanover. Like, it doesn't matter.
100%, yeah.
Do you know, the 1 week. Like, say an example is we got Conor Hart there in January. He came in and played 2 or 3 games at the B
he
team.
was good too.
He's brilliant.
Mm.
We were blessed to get him.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah,
Where was he?
Felix.
Oh, was he?
For Felix, yeah. Yeah, good lad. And like what I'm saying to you is, if there had been an A and a B set up, he would have probably stayed in with the Bs.
yeah.
And we wouldn't have seen him in training, do you know?
Pat's no B team.
They do, yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. But if he had stayed with them, we wouldn't have seen him. We wouldn't. But the fact that we're training together, you could say, yeah, this lad has a bit about him, like, you know.
Yeah, you see more.
We see way more.
You see bad as well, though, Hodge.
Huh?
You see bad lads as well, the breakdown sessions. It's a head wrecker.
Yeah, but that's where you kind of had to be smart as a coach as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, and try and
I do crack.
yeah, the goods with the good, and the average with the average, and the
Yeah.
bads with the bad.
Sometimes you like to say that other sportsmen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Soccer's not for you.
Yeah.
You know? You
Yeah,
do
it's-
sometimes, but it's just, try and encourage them as well to get better, but sometimes just don't.
I think though, Pop, I find if you base your session off them, do you know what I mean? The good lads will excel, and if it's off the lads that are probably not technically as good or anything like that, they'll improve as well. They will get
The
better.
good lads
over
have to have
time.
patience as well, though. to
There, I
help
was
them.
just going to say that.
Yeah,
Like,
they
if
have
the
to have
good lads are
patience.
giving out that your man is
Yeah.
slowing the session down or
Yeah.
bringing the level of the session
Yeah.
down, then
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
And you will get that as well, and that's a mark of a good player if he's pointing it out to you. Here, what's the story mean here? This lad,
If
not
he's
good
doing it
enough.
the right way and coming to you privately,
Yeah, 100%. If he's doing it in public or on
Yeah,
shouting, which
yeah.
lads do as well.
I've seen that happen before.
Yeah. How do you manage to keep that? Because you're so successful. How do you manage to keep motivated?
I this year has been a challenge with that, I will say, right? But you would have no problem motivating that New York team for a Leinster match, but it's for the games that you go away to your Kilry or your Parkville at home. Like, but look, they're all great footballers, and they'll always want to play and want
They're
to win.
naturally motivated.
But like, you're always going to lose a little bit of hunger
Yeah.
having won 2 quadruples. Now, am I blaming that for dropping points this year? Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
Bit. Especially the Pats game down there. Like, I do blame a drop in just,
Application.
yeah, expecting to win kind of thing. Whereas if you turn up and your attitude is correct and you go out the way you've gone at the last 2 years,
Yeah.
I don't think we dropped very little points this year with maybe one draw. Do you know?
What do you do though, Gav? How do you get him going then? Like, because obviously you've mentioned that you can see it that it's not
A lot of
happening
shouting.
here.
A lot
Really?
of shouting and roaring. I know. I actually don't. I actually don't. A lot of the team talks I would give is the same. You try and G lads up, and you've got leaders in the dressing room as well that will do it for you. Like
Yeah.
Dottie O'Shea is brilliant at. Dean himself, he not only would be the best player in the league, but he would be the best trainer. He would come to you privately and tell you stuff like we've just been talking about. He will never do it in front of
Yeah.
a player. He's just attitude and his application, like you said, is excellent across the board. Like, so when you have lads like that, now we have lost two.
Doesn't miss training either, does he? Doesn't miss training either, does he?
Never miss a training, and if he does, he'll get something in.
Unless his leg is hanging off, he doesn't. He has trainings.
He's an example to the other lads. What should
100%. Without pulling him away from you, Gav, do you think he should go give League of Ireland another crack?
I think he should have done it longer. I think he's good enough even for lower league England.
I think now.
Yeah,
I would say I'd agree. Yeah, I would agree.
I would definitely think so.
What do you think, Pop?
Oh, sure. Look, I
would also say the likes of there's a few lads in the league impressed me so much. Danny Doyle is an outstanding player. I'm so impressed with him, especially Oscar Traynor this year.
Brilliant, Gaff.
Brilliant
player. He was brilliant in every game.
Brandon, excellent player. You could go on Dickie, like Gavin Dowling.
Naturally,
it's a wealth of quality, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Like even Steve there, a collection, Lowry a collection.
Like
good players. Like
we don't Oscar Traynor this year, and I reckon if we had got the best 11 we could get on a decent pitch, not the Wexford pitch that we played the Leinster final on, which was a joke. Waterford went down. Waterford put us out.
Yeah,
but we were stringing a team together at last minute
and
patching up a team, and they beat us 3-1, but they were lucky to get out with a 3-1 win, and they're going to win the whole thing. Like
the Waterford win it, yeah.
Waterford won it, yeah.
And there was nothing between you and Waterford.
But the players we were missing that day.
We got one back.
Like we had a crappy little place to warm up, and it was just a bad setup that day.
Gave away 2 silly goals from set pieces.
Yeah.
And got one back with half an hour left, and we were pushing on for the equaliser, and they caught us on the break. 3-1, game over. But
couple of really good chances.
Couple we should have
2-1. Lee scored a goal, did he? No, we set it up.
Lee Roy, was it?
Then he missed a sitter, didn't he? Remember the sitter?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Go on, thank you.
Lee, I think it was. No. He knew himself. He's like, oh man, like, everybody just in shock.
Made up for it straight away.
Yeah, and made up for it and set up the goal straight away.
Because like I was telling you about Lee Walker,
animal
workhorse.
Yeah.
He's worked his weight in gold just beyond the pitch. He will work that whole back line.
Are you staying on the Oscars?
Like I say, I'll wait and see what I'm doing with New Walk first, and
if you get a job, Gav, I'll go in with you.
Will you?
Yeah.
There you go, Papa. You heard him.
Papa, you're out. Yeah. Only joking. Dream team. Get Dak or Timmy back. We're back.
Timmy, yeah.
I remember speaking to you privately, Gav, about the congestion of games and that. And I think there was a 2-week period where you were Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Yeah, crazy. I text Brian asking for a bit of leeway with this. No, I've done it in the past, and he look at it. In fairness, he gave me his reason why he couldn't do it, but I still think it could be done because there's no rush, in my opinion, to get the league finished. Like I have a list of the fixtures here. Will I read them out to you?
Go on, yeah, go for it.
So like the 14th to the 4th, we played Park Villa in the quarter final of Leinster, right? And that went to extra time.
Yeah.
Now that was extra time penalties.
Yeah.
Then 3 days later, we played Parkville away. Then 4 days later, we played Hanover.
Yeah.
3 days later, we played Pats. 4 days later, again, Cretty. 3 days later, Dolman. 3 days later, Hanover. We gave us a week off then to play Wexford Bows, the Leinster semi-final.
I got that list. It's mental.
The 15th to the 5th, then we played
Fixtures.
Cretty again. The 18th to the 5th, we played the Premier Cup final, and we were given the week off before we played Carlow Cup final. But that's three days in between games.
How many weeks did you go through there?
35 days, 9 games.
It's nuts.
It's tough, isn't it?
There's tough. No player welfare there. Like we literally didn't train for.
You didn't have to.
We were doing bits and pieces. We were doing bits and pieces, but we spent more time on the physio's table. Like I had 6 lads at a time up there. Liam Mullen was brilliant at getting them back, but like it was just crazy. It's crazy. No training. Queue for this physio there, boys.
Yeah.
What's the solution, Gav?
There was 3 games called off on us this year. Now one of them, I really think it should have went ahead. I really do. There was nothing wrong with the pitch, in my opinion. I'm not going to name names on the podcast, but there was nothing wrong with the pitch. Our warm-ups had been completed, both teams, and for some reason, all of a slap, after telling us originally, no, that game's going ahead, it's grand. No, that game is off. So like me, I kind of lost it with the referee and everything as usual, but that was one game. I know that's only one game in hindsight. Like then, but
it's a potential free week in the middle of that.
Yeah,
right?
True. Yeah, it's a potential break in all of that. Then the collection game was foggy, but this is where I was asking about a blanket call off during the year, and I was told, but there's Astro pitches. But a blanket call off stops us having a backlog of fixtures at the end if it's fairly across the board.
Yeah.
we played collection. We were supposed to play collection. There was a bit of fog, but that morning Cretty's game went ahead, and they picked up points. But we were again losing the game.
Yeah, so it's hard to chase points.
So every time
really,
we won,
really hard,
every time we win in Leinster, and every time we have a game called off, they're picking up points. We have another game chalked onto the board, and this is why we end up with 3 games, 3 days, or 3 games in a week. It's crazy.
Would you be? No, I did hear from the idea of fixtures next year. No, and I heard this. I wouldn't say it was a great source, but I was told they're starting. It's going to be Wednesday, Sunday to get 4 league games in before the outside competition or something like that. So by that logic, then that should free up a lot of congestion at the back end of the season as well. But even in your situation there, like, would it be a lot said to say to you, Gavin? Look, you've to say the game against Pats that was called off. We're playing that Wednesday night in Pats. Are you all right with that? Just to get it out of the way, I feel like.
Of course, yeah.
You know, so like logic has to come in there somewhere, doesn't it?
Given the right notice, you wouldn't have a problem with that.
But even like the Sunday evening after the game is called off, you're potentially going to have them amount of games in that amount of weeks.
Well, another scenario like the Cube, the big fundraiser we had this year. I know the club approached the league to give us. We still had to play Pats at home.
Yeah.
So can you give us that home game, or can you give us the free weekend?
Yeah.
Because we had to play Ian the Saturday night after the Cube on
Friday.
Yeah. Now they refused to do that. So our lads went, probably had a few beers. Well, I know they did have a few beers, but two of them didn't bother turning up. But like that was another, like, it's a major fundraiser for the club. Surely we can oblige in some way and push that back 24 or 48 hours.
Yeah.
Because we still had to play each other in New York as well. So why not change it to New York 48 hours later?
Yeah.
Makes sense, wouldn't it?
It does to me, anyhow.
But in saying that, and this is just to play devil's advocate, I still wouldn't do it, Gav. I wouldn't sit down and do the fixtures. My head would be melted.
Oh no, it's a mad job. I've said that to Brian as well. He does a. I wouldn't know where to start. So
it's that complex of a job, right? And this isn't a slight on Brian. It's that complex of a job. You don't know if he's doing a good job or not, because you've no measurement of how he's doing this. Like,
it's certainly not easy though.
And look, they always mention Wexford. I know the likes of North End and that could play 3 games in a week as well.
Yeah,
every year.
Yeah,
and there's no problems. But like it is.
The other side of that sword, Gav, is your success as well, right? Is going deep in outside competitions. So regardless of the setup of the league, you're not going to avoid congestion if you're deep in these competitions anyway. You know, it's just you kind of hope that common sense will prevail at certain times.
Sometimes.
Even like we had this conversation before, Papa, that if you get a home draw and outside competition is your fixture, so even say for that game that went to penalties up in the walk, like you could have went to league, stick it down Wednesday night for that one, will you? We'll play down in Pats, we'll play in the college, or we'll play in collection. Yeah, we'll bring them down and play in that instead, and that'll give you a Sunday rest. Do you know what I mean? So you're going from Sunday, that's free, all the way through to the following Wednesday.
There needs to be a little bit of thinking done on it anyway.
Yeah.
And it can't be just that the finals are set in stone and we've done a lot of arranging for the finals. Like, it can't be just that, like, because like, player welfare, right, gives us a chance to try and get to the final. Yeah. Like, in any case there, if we had a few injuries, we mightn't have made either of the finals. Yeah. And we were having a great season up until the Leinster semi-final. Do you know what I mean? And it all goes pear-shaped then, because you have injuries and you have suspensions and it all piles up. It's nuts the way, Gavin, you're saying there, we were having a great season. Man, you won 2 cups. Well, look at him. Surely, and you were betting a semi-final of Leinster. What did I say? No, it was like, it's a successful season, lads. But 10 minutes away from winning the league. I just the standards I have these lads at, you know what I mean? Yeah. Do you reflect that? Do you reflect that on them when you're talking to them? Like, they won't forget about it. If I'm there next year, it'll be reminded constantly. Yeah. Every week. Do you have that complex where you're telling the lads everyone hates us, this way we have to win so much? Me, not as much as others. I hear it in the dressing room all the time. Yeah. But now, I will use it the odd time, but not every minute of the day and not every chance you get on the sideline. Like, it has been used, but I do get the feeling. And like, I went the first year we won the quadruple and I didn't even have 1 yellow card on the sideline. Second year, wow. Second year, felt a bit of pressure because you were trying to defend 4 trophies. I got 1 yellow, I think. This year I felt that everyone was against me, personally. Referees, linesmen, the league, my own club. Yeah. So I got 2 reds and probably 2 or 3 yellows. It's like, it's pressure all the time. Yeah, but that's because and look, I'm not trying to compare myself to yourself, what you've done in junior soccer, but I know for a fact, having great juvenile teams, your nephew was on the Merrick,
And we went on maybe 3 years where we won a double, treble, double. And like, I got that vibe as well. These are against me here.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Why is that?
Every
that's
decision
not free.
that goes against you,
That's definitely our draw.
every card that goes against you, you feel he's doing everything on purpose. Like, I even got to the stage where I thought referees want that lad suspended. They actually want him suspended. They're giving him a yellow every week.
But you magnify it in your mind because your attitude is these hate my guts.
Conspiracy
They're
theories.
grand. There's no panic like. They're just reffing the game, but you're thinking he's an arsehole. Why is he doing that to me? That's our corner. It wasn't. It's not even like. Did you look back at was it a penalty?
No.
You still don't think it's a penalty?
No
Did you
way,
look
man.
at
In the cup final?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a penalty.
Did you look at
What view did you look at from?
I was down in the bottom corner.
I have look at the New Walk view.
Did you send him? Did you
I
look
was,
at my
I
view?
was on your sideline, said down to your right.
I'll defend
right
him all there. Not a penalty. He should have been booked for diving.
God,
Big
that's
lamb.
Gav.
I know, I'm only
Get
messing-
out.
I'm only messing with the diving part, but Dottie got his foot on the ball.
He didn't, Gav.
From our view,
Look at. I sent you the link.
I'll send you my video later.
I sent you the link.
Yeah,
Look
and
at.
Right, I'll look at
Round
it.
one.
I'll look
Yeah,
at mine.
You should look that before us, Gavin. That's very unprofessional. In all fairness, you know. No, it was I because I will tell you this in live. I would have said no, it's not a pen. But guy just beside me, he said, "Podge, it's 100% a pen." He's like, "I don't think so." But looking at it back, yeah, pen.
I don't know what it is, Gav. Maybe it's because of who it was as well. He very rarely puts the foot wrong.
But he didn't. He didn't put foot wrong.
No.
In my eyes.
From where I was standing, I said, there's contact there.
In my
with the
eyes,
ball.
no. It's a.
I said, that's a pen.
If I'm the goalkeeper there, I'm praising him. That's a brilliant tackle. Like he's,
Yeah.
and he was strong enough to hold the ball as well. Like he was just stronger.
Yeah.
Look at the alternative
He's not
angle,
giving in here, Gav.
Look at the alternative angle, right?
What did you think of Jamie Murphy's dive?
Which one?
Well, in the first half, he got booked for diving.
I
didn't he?
didn't. Was it a dive?
That was, yeah.
Do you know what it is?
He had a great game though.
Yeah.
Jamie was brilliant.
Jamie's
and
brilliant.
his goal that night was excellent. I
Just-
thought he was brilliant.
great
He
finish.
disguised it and just,
Yeah.
it was a lovely goal.
It was great. There was a bigger shove penalty in the second half. Lord got a piggyback.
From Dottie again.
Yeah, piggyback. Like, it was almost like you gave him, a bulldog in wrestling. It's like you gave him one of them. Like, that was more of a pen.
There was a free kick for offset for throwing as well.
Was there?
Yeah,
Was that against Pats?
that's a new one on me now.
Of course, I wouldn't remember that.
That's a new rule now.
Selective memory. Or
Yeah, yeah.
Can't be offside for throwing.
No.
Oh, was it? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Was there in that match? I don't remember that. It was first half, second half.
Second half. Still 1-1 at the time.
Did it come off a player or something?
No, thrown directly into Dean's feet.
Who would have throw?
We had.
Yeah.
And Dean moved into the 18-yard box. Ball was thrown into him. Flag
Offside.
for offside.
Rightly so.
That was over at the clubhouse side.
Yeah.
I was standing at the back of the goal for that. I was like, what?
It was in some shape, the pitch that day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We played on it the week before against Bagnallstown, and the pitch was immaculate.
It's some facility.
Like I used the facility Friday nights there with the goalkeepers, and I just walked it Friday night, and I was talking to Ian and everything, and it was some pitch lads.
That's a credit to them, lads.
Give me that pitch all day, and I'd be happy out. Don't
What's
need
your
Astra.
thoughts on Astra?
Don't like it. Old school. Do not like it. I
Give me a
understand.
good grass pitch any day of the week.
I like it when it's wet and
Slick.
the ball can zip on it, but I don't like it when it's dry and there's that bounce
Check.
where it's just.
Yeah, checks, yeah.
And then
Spins
all
and
that
goes
rubber stuff,
double tops.
as a goalkeeper when you're diving, and that rubber stuff is in your eyes and it's in your hair, it's in your underpants and everything. It's all over the place.
Who wears underpants again? Who wears underpants? Oh my God.
As in the jock strap and everything. They're in trouble. I think it's a fantastic facility for training. I think it's great to have it. It's brilliant. You
Yeah,
do your
yeah.
phase of playing all that crack. But I'm 100% an advocate for grass pitches.
Yeah, me too. But
Right.
look, I understand if you're playing winter soccer, you need Astro as well. Like it has to be.
That's my question. I have one more question for you, Gav, before I get to it. Big Papa P, do you have any questions?
No.
Thanks, Pop. Your insight is fantastic. You're a driving force behind this interview. Thanks very much.
And I'll tell you what it is, Podge. And
Go
it's
on.
great to see the other side of him in the dressing room. Because I never coached with him.
Yeah.
And he asked me to go in the Oscar trainers this year with him.
You would have thought it was really quiet, wouldn't you?
No, but it's not. He's level-headed. Like, he has it all done on the board. Like, who's doing the six? Who's defending the corners? Who's taking the corners? Who does the back post up to the goalkeeper if he wants two in the post or one? Do you know what I mean? It's just it's not guesswork. Like, it's actually very good to listen to.
Yeah.
And then he does the bit of the board, and it's excellent.
I'm limited. I am limited that way though. Like I would love to be a little bit more you know, like yourself,
Big Mo.
but anything you get, you've picked up in dressing rooms along the way.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is like I mentioned this before in relation to coaching, that like it's kind of universal now. I know it's great for lads to have badges and air licenses and all that crack, but it's so universal now and it's so easy accessible that you can be a coach. Once you have some kind of insight into the game and you go do your bit of research on what shape you want to play on, how to get, you know, how to coach that shape, and even on tactics boards, like it's all there, like a touch of your finger, like, you know what I mean?
My thinking on it is you don't want to be a textbook coach either. Like you have to be able to adapt to a situation. You know what I mean? Like,
it's actually what I actually think it is, Gavin, is your understanding of the information you get, and then your delivery of it is the most important thing. So if Papa was to do a session, I went down to watch it, and I copy it word for word to bring it into a session here. That's no good, because he's doing it that way for, you know, to get the best out of his players. So if I bring it into my squad, beating the shit with a microphone here, if I bring it into my squad, I might get the best out of them because they're different players. So it's actually all in the delivery. But look, I'll do an old workshop on you on boards, Gav, some evening.
Yeah, I love that. Can we arrange that?
Yeah.
How about you just come in and coach you walk with me?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what the contract Pats is off first.
Right, I get the checkbook out.
Yeah, bouncing and going and playing basketball with around the place. Something we like to do now with all our guests, Gavin. Your best 11, but it's who you played with.
Right, okay. This was a bit of a... I even picked subs for you.
Right, okay.
So obviously I'm in the goal, yeah?
Picked himself.
Narcissist.
No, look at... The Wexford Youth's goalkeeper for me is the best goalkeeper that I've ever... Graham was unbelievable.
Excellent.
Unbelievable. And
very good.
to go that amount of years, I never got a look in. Yeah, I never even got an old kick of a ball in the goal.
Yeah.
Played a couple of friendlies, but man, he was unreal.
You savage your booters as well, Gav.
Captain, yeah, I remember on booters too. I played against him with
Pats,
booters.
Big unit, wasn't he?
He was excellent, man. A leader as well. You're talking leader. If you think some lads will be bad at losing, seeing that man kicking stuff around the dressing room and nearly choking players out in the dressing room.
His brothers are the same, to be fair.
But that's what you get. He's quality. Like, he's just a leader. Like,
was he captain? Oh, sorry, he was captain Wexford Youth that time.
Yeah.
Who was man up front? Furlong, was it?
Danny.
He was
there.
What a player.
Where's he now, Gav?
Back with him, is he?
He was with North End. I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's retired.
Some player.
He's retired. But you had Roxy Keenan up top with him. Roxy was a battering ram.
Yeah,
unbelievable, boys.
Yeah. Sorry, before you go, Shane Keegan. What's your relationship with Shane like? You still talk to him, or?
If I met him, I would talk to him. Yeah, I was always gone really well with Shane. He's a fantastic manager. What a coach as well. Knows the game inside and out. Now, I mean, like, even players in England, he's ridiculous. You'd have conversations going to games. You'd be going to the likes of Ballybuffet with him. You'd spend 4 or 5 hours on the way to Ballybuffet in the car talking football with him. Like, or just answering questions.
Super manager.
Sponge.
Super football manager. I told you, like, the information used to gather on teams and things like that. So ridiculous, man. And
attention to detail as well.
Yeah.
Like, he'd know every player inside out, and even League of Ireland First Division, or he'd know every player inside out. Excellent. Yeah.
You know who's who and what's what.
Yeah,
that's good. Well, like, you know, the networking is brilliant. That side of things. What shape you playing?
4-3-3.
Good man, Gav. Well played.
So I have Dotty right full.
Yeah.
I have Paul Mack. Do you remember Paul Mack?
Yeah.
Left full.
Yeah.
Stratford.
Yeah. What a thunderbolt of a left foot on him. He would.
And a winner too, wasn't he?
Oh man, class act.
Yeah.
Lord of mercy on him. Dotty, you know yourself. I've spoke about Dotty already, a leader anyway. But Davy Walker, number 4, right side of centre half.
Top of the pops.
He could tackle. He could header.
Thiago Silva.
Just do it all. Like, if you were given a job to mark a man, he'd mark him. When he's heading to the car to go home, he'd still be marking him. You have Miley, 5, left side of centre half. Miley Dorn.
Miley was good, yeah.
He was my probably first centre half I had at senior football, where I thought, this man is a beast of a centre half.
Some man the air, wasn't he?
For Stratford, like, and I was gutted when he left Stratford, actually. But
go on, I'll get to Stratford after this team.
Lee Murphy in the 6.
Ah, yeah.
Quality, like, he'll do it all there for you.
Yeah,
he'll do both jobs as well. Tackle, win headers.
Great man in the air.
Also play balls, a great strike of a ball.
Best player in Carlow the last 15 years has been Lee Murphy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not a bad show. Very, very good. Shammy in there with him, number 7. Shammy's just a general, like I say. He gets lads in around him. He's very likeable.
Great club man, isn't he?
Play with him. What a club man, yeah. Just for that alone, he's an excellent player. Willard, who I thought was probably one of the best finishers from midfield, or you could stick him up front.
We're in the 10. Is Willard in the 10?
Yeah, I'll have him at 8.
I hate. Okay, I had him at Pats.
Dino's role there.
I had him at Pats for a while. when he was coming near the end, very good soccer player.
Yeah, he could finish.
Very good player.
When he get in,
Very
you're like, this is a
intelligent
goal.
player, like.
Wouldn't you? Every time he got in, he's a great man to beat the offside line.
Yeah.
If he's seen, he can read the pass coming through. If you pick a pass, you get him. But if he gets in, it's like he goes around the goalkeeper with ease.
Great finisher, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing great work now as well. Development officer Uncle Kenny.
9, Christy Sullivan.
Name that comes up a lot.
Christy Sullivan was. You talk about finishing now. This
Yeah.
man, give him a free kick. It was almost like a penalty.
Yeah.
What age was it, Gavin? You were playing at Stretford then.
You see, the New York team where I mentioned Jim winning that folded. That we got relegated.
Right.
And we folded, and I knew Eddie from coming in out of Eddie Rainbow Records, and sure Eddie's the most likeable man in Carlow. So
Yeah.
you're going the same with Stretford, and sure there was no going back.
Well,
then,
well, yeah,
because-
nothing.
Yeah, well, well, like he was the main reason I stayed with Stretford for the guts of 12 years there. You
Yeah.
know, those were probably the most enjoyable years I had playing.
Was with
Was
Stretford.
with Stretford. I loved it. All the lads and everything, like the likes of Miley, Christy Sullivan, Paul Mack. These lads were gentlemen, like,
Yeah.
and top players as well.
You went real deep in the outside competitions there one year. I mean, you said the penalty won the game was actually in the Meadows.
Yeah,
I was really young now looking at it.
We went. I don't know who put us on. A Dublin side came down to the Prez we were playing at the time.
Okay.
Remember getting chipped from the 18, dinked into the far.
So you loved
corner.
that?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I didn't kick the ball at him. No.
I just missed him. No, you played a team down in Pats, did you? In the outside
Markovic
competitions.
Celtic.
What's that who it was?
Markovic
You were
Celtic.
playing Pop.
Yeah.
So you won on penalties? Or were you betting penalties?
Beaten.
On penalties, yeah.
Do I? I don't remember that.
I do.
Oh,
You
I
definitely
don't
said
think
the
it was
penalty that
penalties.
day, wasn't it?
I don't think it was extra time. You could have said the penalty in the game, but I don't think it was.
Must have been the game we said the penalty then.
Yeah. We were black and white.
Yeah.
Black and white striped jerseys, yeah.
Markovic Celtic. Well,
Markovic
the last
Celtic,
8,
yeah.
was it?
Last 8, yeah.
Yeah. That's a long time ago.
Mm.
It's around 99.
We never got that league though.
No.
We were so unlucky, lads. And do you know what it is? It's down to so many town derbies, and
It's unbelievable.
nobody likes Stretford. It's probably the Man United thing, but we were hated. I remember going to the one year I thought this is the year we'll do it. We're playing New Walk up in the Fair Green, and New Walk have Pa Kavanagh playing. They've got about 20 lads there, but we got a 2-2 draw, and we think, "Yeah, sure, they have to play Ballin at home next week
Yeah.
because it's us and Ballin going for the league,
Yeah.
and we have to go to Cretty and win."
Yeah.
So sure, they'll take something off Ballin if they have them 20 lads there.
Yeah.
So we go out to Cretty, we're 1-0 up in Cretty. Next thing, the 2 women behind the goal that used to love giving me stick out in Cretty Yard are telling me, "You'll never win a league, Gavin. New York are 5-0 down to Ballin." What New York done that night? And
Yeah.
I didn't go back for years because of it. They put Pa in the goal, Pa Kavanagh in the goal with a pair of working boots
Working
on him,
boots, yeah.
and,
No way.
Yeah.
and Levi's
Yeah.
jeans in the goal.
No.
When I
way.
heard it, I
True,
was
yeah.
like, oh my God, it's
Just
so
because they
bad.
wanted to stop you from winning the.
That's
You were obviously
yeah.
on that Stretford side as well, right?
And
I scored a penalty in Gavin up in John Sweeney.
he did, yeah. That was another one. That was
For
another
Hanover,
one.
yeah.
That was another occasion.
Yeah, 1-1 was it, Gavin?
Yeah.
They were 1-0 up, and then got a penalty, and they put it in the bottom corner.
But for years, I said
Yeah.
after, I'm not going there New Walk again. No way. Like, they're my club, and I was going to go back there at some stage. But
Yeah.
no.
Since you're playing at Pats?
I loved it because I joined Pats because they had gone to Kilkenny,
Yeah.
and I was kind of sick of heading down to town. And you couldn't go down for a drink, or you had Hanover, you had wherever you'd be meeting someone from every club.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
get away from it.
Yeah.
And I found with Pats, you're in Kilkenny. Nobody knew you can go for a drink, but and also enjoy your football. Like, that was a good Pats team. Like,
Great Pats team.
You were losing leagues to freebooters who were
Who were winning Leinsters.
man
Yeah.
unreal at the time. Like the player I just mentioned, Dean Brothers was one of them. Graham Dial.
Remember Anton
Class
centre
players.
half, Dub. What's the name coming from the middle of the field? Kenny Senior Hurler.
Yeah,
Geez, they were, well, Evergreen were excellent as well, though.
yeah.
Remember we came second.
Oh
in
no,
one
it was a
year.
great league. It was a great league. There was no easy games in that.
How many years were you Pats for?
2.
2, were you?
Yeah, they went on to FC
Clock was
Carlow
the manager,
from
was
there.
he?
Yeah, I was coach. At the time.
Clock was a great manager as well, actually.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good Oscar trainer as well.
Very, very all about responsibility. Clock.
Oh, yeah.
All about do your fucking job and do it right or fuck off.
Yeah.
That was that.
No,
wasn't
that's
it?
the way. That's the way he said it to you as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
As
Would
the
you play
glint
for him?
goes
You'd
over
enjoy
his
playing
eyes.
for him, like?
Yeah.
Where were we in 10?
Well,
Right
what are we
side.
doing? Team of the year, is it?
Yeah.
Right side, Mark Carpenter.
Oh, man.
yeah.
I don't think he could see, but I don't know, he still had, because he knew where that goal was, that he
Oh.
would put the ball in F you. And a workhorse as well,
Yeah.
fit out, run all day, chasing lads down. What player, top player. And on the other side, probably we're talking about Dino most weeks, and Alan Kelly, who was unbelievable player.
Alan was deadly, wasn't he? Yeah.
Brian Carberry was
Carberry
player.
deadly,
If he hadn't been so involved in GAA, and we can say that about so many of the lads, like he'd have been
So Mark
lighting
Carver
it
was
up.
the same.
Yeah.
Cara had him 100 for years, and he went, like, that was his preference. But if they actually just played soccer, they would have been in the League of Ireland.
But you're talking about the likes
Yeah.
of Pat Kavanagh and that in those terms as well, and you know there's so many lads that
Gavin Walker was meant to be unbelievable, wasn't he? He was meant to be unbelievable.
I'd
And
say he was class
as
lad,
well.
yeah.
I was just on Carpenter. He was late enough going into like T in Hanover, where he kind of just concentrated. Not that he concentrated, but he played a lot more during the soccer.
That game we played Willow Park in,
Yeah, that's right.
He was in that, was he?
He was on that team.
Yeah.
He occupied 4 lads on his own. And the warmest day of the year.
I remember. Yeah, was that?
Such a good player, boys.
Yeah.
No, look, I did name a few subs because I was. Paul Gibbons was an excellent centre half.
Yeah, very good.
Excellent centre half, and Skinny Nolan. If I had a Skinny Nolan in my team now, or a Davy, I think they'd be getting 15 goals a season with the quality of delivery I have in the New Walk team. Ray Regan, gentleman, brilliant player,
Great
sweeper
soccer
all
player.
day.
Named a couple few times as well, Pop.
Yeah.
Ken Lacey, solid out, left full. Gregor, what a striker, man.
Player of the year to Kenny that year, Gav, you got?
Done us wrong a couple of years ago, and look, we won't go into that, but what a player. He was a finisher and
unbelievable, yeah.
Simon Ray, class, and Mark Hutchie.
Hutchie's
brilliant centre half.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Hutchie and Hutchie and Davy were very similar. Loved to play, but they, not the biggest centre halves, but nearly unbeaten in the air as well. You know, so good.
I was only after training Pats, and he done his back.
That's right.
And I used to be looking at him going, "Jazz, it's a pity." It's a pity. And you've got Danny as well. Like Danny missed out there. Danny Doug would have been some junior player.
Danny was unbelievable.
Like he was probably the best juvenile player I would have played with in that New Walk team.
Danny was on that New Walk team, wasn't he?
He came
a stint?
about under 14s. No, he came the year Kennedy Cup.
Yeah.
There was eight New Walk lads on the Kennedy Cup squad and 7 starters.
Was Danny on that?
Danny was on that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Who's over that time? The Kennedy Cup.
Oh, I can't. A Mar man from Kilkenny.
Did you not go deep? You got bet in the
eventual winners put us out. Waterford put us out that time, 2-1, and we went on and won the bowl.
That's the 5th place finish.
Yeah,
the bowl,
we won the bowl that year.
Yeah. I actually forgot that you played Kennedy Cup down there. Why didn't I have a question prepared for that?
Alan Smith.
Alan Smith.
He went on to play with
Cherry Archer, was it?
No, Stella Mars.
Stella Mars.
A couple of caps.
Yeah.
5 Irish caps, I think, under 15s. Or
any interest when you were that age, Gav, from anywhere to go? Or?
No, not really. No. Like I say, I probably got the coaching too late, and I know now myself that a coach would be looking for the simple little things. Moving with the play and stuff like that. Like I'd be telling the keepers I train now not to be just standing back on your line. I was probably down there. I was probably standing back on my line, and there was no coaching involved. And nowadays they're up on the edge of the D and they're giving instruction and they're willing to take it at their feet and play.
They're a sweeper sometimes, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's what coach is going to look for now, isn't it?
To go to Dublin at that time though was a massive commitment, right? Like, because it's a long, long way away.
Yeah.
If you got the opportunity,
do you think I would have took it?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because I wouldn't have had a way up.
Right. Okay.
Unless they were going to come and collect me.
Well, and some of them have done.
Yeah, I know.
Some of them have done, don't
Well,
they?
bring you out, Lurry, with the father.
Yeah, but he was away all the time, so.
You went down then as what just on Kennedy Cup while we're on the topic. You went down as a coach at Kennedy Cup.
Loved it.
And as a player, did you see a big difference from when you were there?
No.
Still the same?
Yeah, it was still the same, and still the same feeling. It was just some buzz. That's an unbelievable buzz for any young lad to get. And even as a coach, I buzzed off that for weeks after. Like, it was
so
great.
good to be involved in.
And you talk about getting worked up now as a manager on the line for a junior team. You were getting like that for that juvenile team, weren't you?
Yeah.
Like that were brilliant jobs.
But that it's actually relative to what you're saying about everyone's against us. We're fucking Carlow, no one likes us. We're small. People think we're the whooping boys down here. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like you have the same attitude then with
True,
the amount of times Stacker they tell me to leave. Just leave, man. Just leave, just go. You're too loud. Just go down the line there, have a fag or something. You're over, you know. But that's the attitude I had though.
Yeah.
You think we're not good enough because we're from Carlow or whatever. I heard a conversation. I actually listened to another podcast about Kennedy Cup, and I'm kind of detached from it at the moment because I haven't really been involved in it in a long time. But seemingly the prestige has gone over it altogether. They haven't got a sponsor. Seemingly the focus now is on the Gainer Cup. Yeah, because of League of Ireland has gone so young.
Yeah, just my view on it. And I just think that's way too young for League of Ireland. That's my opinion on it.
Well, even if they want to go League of Ireland that age, I don't know why you're taking the prestige with that competition. Just drop them back a year.
I think it's turning a lot of kids off it.
It's a big commitment, Gav.
It's massive, and it's not only a commitment for the kid; it's a commitment for the parents as well. Like,
some travelling involved.
Yeah.
My God.
Financially,
some hours
on the road constantly every weekend.
It's some hours. It's like
I said, when I was with Wexford, you'd be leaving work there at 12 o'clock to head to Ballybuffet, Cork, Galway. You'd be all over the place. Derry.
Remember the day we played Oscar Traynor in Monaghan, Gav?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing every single week, League of Ireland.
Monaghan United's pitch.
Oh, Monaghan, yeah. We
Some
played
trek
Monaghan up there.
Yeah, I was up there a few times, unreal.
You're meeting at 10. The match's not until 2. You're a few pints after. No, home till 11:30 that night.
Few pints.
Well, a few.
Pop, we couldn't find Pop in a nightclub.
Hiding in the corner.
Going around wearing someone else's shoes.
Johnny Cocktail, Lord of Mercy.
Yeah.
Training around lads up in a nightclub.
Come on, lads, we may go. Yeah, one more.
The League of Ireland thing. I'd say you're one of very few that has a Division 1 medal.
Yeah, look, I wasn't expecting to get it that night, but I was in the panel every week, week in, week out.
Back up,
yeah, it was goalkeeping coach plus sub-keeper. Delighted with it, obviously, but I will always say that
you're a coach first.
I was a coach first.
And tell me this: what's the League of Ireland ground that impressed you the most that time?
Oh, Tallaght Stadium.
It's a class, isn't it?
I loved. That was there was no money involved for me with Wexford. Like, I didn't get a penny of it. They thought hard of giving me a training top,
right?
But I loved the whole buzz of getting out to warm up the goalkeepers, music playing.
Yeah.
Tallaght Stadium, Dalymount Park,
Inchcore.
all of them, M and DC, down in Turner's Cross. You know,
class.
I loved it.
It was worth the 5-hour journey. Like, you know, it was.
I loved it with FC Carlow, Gav. And
then even in around the dressing room and
if you love soccer, you're going to love that, ain't you?
Yeah.
The team talks, sitting in the dugout with the boys, it was just unbelievable. It was 3 years.
It's so professional every week, though, Gav, I'd say.
When I went to Premier, you had. I'm not going to lie, I was there pinching myself sometimes when we were sitting on the bench at Premier games. Like, I know lads say Irish soccer is not up to a standard, but like when you're there and you're watching it close,
when you're in the circle, Gav,
man, you realise how good it is.
Yeah.
You're looking at the likes of Spot Murphy every week and like the lads from other teams. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable.
That was I'd agree with you. That was my biggest buzz with FC Carlow. Going to the grounds, the preparation of the grounds, the way the grounds were prepared, the way even knowing how big your dressing room was, right? Do you know what I mean? Like having the fourth official. Do you know, it was just
Tallaght Stadium is like the youth centre.
Oh, man.
Inside the youth centre, it's that big.
Yeah, it's different world.
Yeah,
like it's a different. I'd love to. If an opportunity ever came, that's one thing I do. If an opportunity ever came to go back involved League of Ireland, I'd grab it with both hands.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah, 100%. But just getting a crack at it.
You see it now though, and the turnover in coaches and players is so quick. Like,
yeah.
I was lucky to be involved with Wexford or FC Carlow first of all for 3 or 4 years, where we were going to these grounds every year, and then Wexford, where Shane was never going to get. I don't think he was ever going to get sacked unless it was the Premier and they were doing really bad. But they loved him there. He had got them there on a shoestring, and
great achievement, wasn't it?
Yeah, to have 4 years there as well, where you're going to all these places, was unbelievable. Like, you know, just the experience alone.
Yeah.
Speaking of grounds, Bodge, he scored a header in the county grounds for the Blues.
Go on.
Yeah, under 18. Yeah, minor final. The first Blues minor championship in 25 years or something like that.
Were you on that team though? Do you on that team with Pan, Anton?
I was on it all the way up to 3 minors, was it? 3 minors, 2 21s.
And Mick Dempsey. Mick Dempsey was to come after him.
And then I played the first year senior, and when Mick came in, then he kind of asked me to make a decision between
soccer
or GA, and the boys went on and won Leinster. But that's one.
Where'd you play in GA?
Anywhere on the forwards.
Full forward. Yeah.
Anywhere on the forward.
Right or left foot, doesn't matter. I'm the boss like Sepp Blatter.
We bet Pal in minor league.
What's this wee business? You won that as well?
He was.
Cornerback.
Oh, my sincere apologies about that.
He was.
Check it out,
cornerback. He was there.
Yeah.
A busy cornerback.
Self and Farlow were the 2 cornerbacks, and Andrew Corden was the fullback. Mercy.
Yeah.
Joe Travers is deadly with the ponytail, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That was some Blues team, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Unreal.
Dagger was on that Leinster side, was he? Or on the bench? Or
he was in the panel, yeah.
In the panel, yeah.
He doesn't mention it at all, does he not? That he won Leinster the Blues.
He has the medal tattooed on his wallet.
The medal in his wallet.
It's the medal in his wallet still.
He has it around a scalpel around his neck. No one them ones.
It's like the holy prayer. You run around his neck.
Brilliant. Gavin, I've nothing else for you. That was absolutely fantastic. In relation to time, it's brilliant. We're just on the hour. So on the outro, That's it for this week, lads. I can't read me on writing. This is embarrassing. Oh yeah, don't forget to enter the giveaway brought to us by Carlow Sports. Or you can 25 training t-shirts or a full set of gear for your club.
Surely get one of them now, do we?
Top?
Yeah,
we'll get you top if you come on as a full-time host. About that. But thanks so much for the entries that we have so far. It's been really appreciated, and it's going to help us kind of build this thing and then pay Chris, the producer, who's outside there producing this. It's brilliant. But look, the support is fantastic. Thanks very much. To enter, just check out the socials. Never thought I'd use that word. Check out the socials. Just buy me a coffee. The links are on social media. I am, yeah. Buy us a coffee, leave your name, we'll enter the draw. Gav, once again, thanks for coming on. Really, really appreciate it.
Thanks again, lads.
Brilliant. Pleasure, yeah. Anything
to close it, Pop?
No.
This man is on it tonight, I swear to God. He's fucking flying. Thanks for listening, lads. Remember, it's your podcast, not my podcast. No. It's not my podcast, not Papa's podcast. It's your podcast. Take the lemon out of your mouth. Thanks for listening, lads. All the best.
Thank you.
Thanks, lads.